Should you pray or should you just do something about it? Today we're looking at Nehemiah and we're answering that question, so stick around. Hey there, my name is WayneWrz, and on this channel we're walking the journey toward Jesus together. You can subscribe to join our community and get new videos each week. So sometimes when I feel overwhelmed, I just kind of shut down. Like that's kind of a go-to for me, is I can easily procrastinate or not want to work on anything when I feel overwhelmed. But today we're going to look at the story of Nehemiah. Now Nehemiah was an exile from Jerusalem who was living in Persia. And Nehemiah got news when his brother came to visit that Jerusalem was not in good shape. The walls had been torn down, the gates had been burned. And after Nehemiah heard this, he wept, he prayed, and he fasted. Now Nehemiah was a cupbearer for the king, and Nehemiah went before the king, and the king asked him why he was sad. Now Nehemiah had never been sad in the king's presence, that's why the king was wondering about him. So Nehemiah told him what was going on, and Nehemiah ended up getting permission to go back to Jerusalem to rebuild the walls. It's actually quite impressive. The king sent him with letters for safe passage and for people around him to supply the money and the timber that he needed to rebuild the walls of Jerusalem. So Nehemiah went to Jerusalem. He went with letters from the king to rebuild the wall. But when he got there, he and his men faced some opposition. You see, there was people around Jerusalem, some leaders of those areas. Sanballat was one of them. The other guys had funny names too that I can't remember right now. But they accused him of wanting to rebuild Jerusalem, to take back power from the king of Persia, and they said that he could never do it. They hurled insults at him. But Nehemiah knew that his strength wasn't his own, but his strength came from the Lord. So Nehemiah wasn't just building the wall, he was building the wall while defending himself from these people that were heckling him, that were threatening to attack him, that were attacking him as they worked and built the walls of Jerusalem. We played a game tonight where we built on these tables with bricks, and it was really easy the first round because you just built to see how many bricks you could stack. But then after that we ended up using some dodgeballs, and then things got interesting because then there were people attacking you and you had to build and defend yourself. Nehemiah had to build the wall and defend himself. I've got a little more cleanup to do, another bin of bricks at the other end of the auditorium to put away. And then I get to head home. Wednesdays are long, but they're always so good. I love hanging out with students, talking about the Bible and worshiping together. It really is one of my favorite things in the world. Good night. So the two guys that were giving Nehemiah a hard time were Sanballat and Tobiah and a bunch of their friends. In Nehemiah 4, verse 9, we read, "But we prayed to our God, and because of them we set up a guard against them day and night." And then verse 13 says, "Then I stationed men in the lowest parts of the space behind the wall, the exposed places, and I stationed the people in families with their swords, spears, and bows." So Nehemiah faced great opposition. Like I said at the start, sometimes when I feel overwhelmed, I just want to shut down or not do anything. But Nehemiah did two things. He prayed and he set a watch. Sometimes we just think, okay, this is an issue where I'm just going to pray and God will work. And sometimes we just do things. Like if my dog escapes out of my yard, I'm likely not going to pray that she'll come back. I'm likely just going to run after her and grab her. But when we face things, we need to pray and take action. That's what Nehemiah did. He didn't just pray and wait on God. He prayed, he waited on God, he trusted in God's power. Numerous times throughout the book of Nehemiah, we see that Nehemiah prays and he says, "Oh great and awesome God." He knows that his power comes from God. But he also took action. He set a watch. He put men in place to protect them while they built the city. So I pray that this week, whatever you're facing, that you can pray and take action. That you know that we serve a great and a powerful God, but also that we need to be willing to step out and do what he has called us to do. Thank you so much for checking out the video this week. If you liked it, you can hit the thumbs up button. You can share it with your friends and all that business. I hope you guys have a wonderful week as we walk the journey toward Jesus together. Take care, Polar Bear.